Read here last time. So please welcome back Libra.
Thank you. So yeah, 3 poems. Starting with a sonnet. So a sonnet for the garden. I think I wrote this in Edinburgh. I was in Edinburgh Botanical Gardens in the summer, so there you go. And the hazelnut tiles form a brown canopy. The dirt from the earth gives a bed to the plants. Ensuing girl passes through white, soppy, flies unknown to the naked eye, like chance. Of celestial nectar brought to fill a cup, pine tree smothers the lily groves today. Evergreen springtides, fantasies prenup. Seeds implanted form the undergrowth of clay. Volcanic ashes give moss a new life, to spur from nothing to see everything. In a garden of green, hewed from Fife, a tilt of the head backwards arrests the flame. Sensations produce ideas, the full feeling. The age-old conquest of time has no ceiling. Yeah, so 2 more. So these ones, I've been writing quite a lot actually this month. So this is called Rubber Soul, quite long, fairly long, but it's quite stream of consciousness, so here we go. Shoestrings look undone, like pasta drained in salted crabs, or kale left cold in the fridge. For too long, decay has spread, like disease on vines, worms in tins, an innocuous irritant that blasts the fire door open. Lights a yellow flint red in golden flames, match tea cakes to chicken nuggets, horn to exaggerated erections. Exactly repented, more for less is our household slogan. Regimented by consumer groups before we eat ourselves. Alive and unwell, the drip feeds the inkpad's wealth. Restoring old hatchets in Crimean soul, dug for roots that burrow. Grow long like Jamaican dreads. Last visitation, a step to the left, then a trip occurs. Palms outstretched to the ground, saving you from bruising. Hedgehog's friendly advice falls in deaf ears, silent as the dark night running cream in tears. Mishap decks laughter, laces need tightening. Better learn to tie them together, frightening. Mosquito jitters blood, roam antelope, graze on grass, forming smiles, without a care in the world or a step half done. Mayflower, tulips, peaches in effervescent arms, smothering cherry blossoms, arching new alarms. White swan, duct tape silver over evacuated pens, the ground prisons of demise without paying any rent. Lastly, I'm going to read Divine Intervention. So, Divine Intervention, I volunteered for a conservation group recently, and it was clearing some debris, I suppose. So, just clearing out the woodlands, making sure the trees were growing. There was some bramble around, so just playing around with the idea of divine intervention. So, here we go. Clearing the debris to find nature within. An atom diced in red, fumbling for keys again, to unlock the doors of past that have laid dormant, like Mount Etna before it spewed ash as far as Berlin. The promise of aspen gold skies holds inordinately before wild time, cooked with celery over rhubarb, as shatter quakes in oatmeal, cake. That is asking for help, unannounced, unlike an arrival of a train to Sutton. The streams pyrotechnics overhead flash the amber light, for uncertainty stalls the driver as she premeditates to accelerate. Over a bridge that lays the foundations, we blink before we think of how wondrous nature is. Who needs human intervention?
Thank you once again, Libra. And now, thank you very much. D. McKee, please. Have I pronounced that right, D? Yeah. Good.
Thank you. I'm just going to share some stuff. You guys can listen and hear and enjoy, hopefully. If not, don't tell me. This one I wrote. I was sitting outside the hospital And then I was just looking around and I was watching people and I was just like, just write something and see what comes in. In this world full of hotspots, all I'm looking for is connection. Trying to dissect and interject our intersections that the sands of time can digest. I'm digressing because I'm barely a thought, let alone a name amongst your mentions. Let's hold up a second. Something ain't adding up and I got told to count my blessings. Is it right I lost myself in her fingertips while the groove of her lips eclipsed my every notion? The penny perpetually drops and I'm caught in this start motion. I can see the conversation, I can see the vibrations that her conversation held as the subtlety of her tongue had her words propelled. It's only right we plant seeds in fertile land. Plant belief, we can see this tree has infinite space to expand, but my God is as high as the herb takes me, and her mind is like chewing gum on the pavement, stuck. I'm trying to care, but you don't give a. Plus, it's not like I'm your conventional sort, because you were down for Saturday night dreams and I was glued to entertain thoughts, trying to understand my solar plexus, while you could barely understand direction. I release mine. Time defines the mind in my experience. 3 years ago, my position was more precarious. I was nefarious and careless. Who a man was, rather what he could make me. Monetary gain became primary pain. Secondary motives exposing the green-line monster, fostering emotions to deceive us from his real greed, or was I hiding from mine? Disconnected. That's all. This second one, I don't know if I want to do this second one. I'm thinking, what should I do? Yeah, okay, I'll just do this one. It's nice. It's nice. I don't want to scare you guys. But yeah, soon. Yes, it's funny how something so amazing can be found in a whisper. How a shining light can start with a flicker. How walls made from the softest material were the hardest to get into. Hers was something that intrigued me. Because as much as I saw her, she could see me. This left me believing it. Were that similar? Or is it differences I'm perceiving through rose-tinted spectacles, lapping up truth through dishonest receptacles? And we spoke nigh on every hour, and not one moment did our conversation become sour. See, we spoke until we became naked, until every inch of our body and mind became vacant, but we never fully understand someone, because if we do, we become them, was what she stated. Her state inside was one of broken promises and compromise, so I compromised. I'll stay and listen to every word, even if it leads me to my demise. I find solace knowing I make her smile every day through bad jokes, or just looking in her eyes and telling her that it's okay. You see, in her eyes is where my heart rests as I whisper sweet nothings into the nape of her neck. And when we speak, a month feels like a second. Imagine what we could do in a minute. Even though I know our time is infinite, I wish our calls would never finish. No one understands us. That's why we speak in hieroglyphics. I hate knowing we're a fingertip apart, so I write secret messages in the breath on glass, hoping one day you'll place your hand in the same spot and the message appears out of the blue, and then it's taking a breath it reads. Well, we'll keep that between me and you. That's the second one. Thank you. This last one I wrote about the London Underground, so yeah, so that goes. Alright, it's called Victoria. I hear the rhythmic beat of zombie soldiers trudging up the steps to the escalator. At the end of the day, we all have one thing in common. Our destination is the central line of our plan, whether that be business in the Hammersmith City or pleasure up in the Metropolitan. We all know what's going on. Everybody's heading to a district. One that might circle our thoughts. Her name is Victoria, but she wants to roll up to Bakerloo's her senses, which only entices me more into what I'm seeing. Guys approach with these underhand tactics, whereas mine are as open as the overground, but she's been saturated by these overused, underthought chat outlines so much that she's become unattainable. Would you believe that? It's just my luck. I wouldn't know every inch of her body and mind, but she's fell in love with guys that just wanna, and she ain't making that mistake another time, so I'm gonna have to use TFL journey plan as a shoulder right path I can find to make my intentions as clear as the view from the Emirates Air tram line. I'm gonna have to walk on water. And I ain't talking DLR train routes, but I'm going to need more than city map to make her walk that way too. See, we met in the circus that is Piccadilly. I noticed out the corner of my eyes, I look up from a rhyme, this aura of a person my gaze was yet to find. I don't really do this, I don't know what to say. Hi, I'm Dina, and I noticed your aura from a mile away. She smiled, we got talking, and I fell in love with her words, even though her accent was a bit northern. She smiled, said I was just the right amount of southern, even though I reminded her of someone out of a Great Western she once watched, which I couldn't believe. I mean, look at me. I said, so London hasn't made you Southeastern yet? She just come to work in Southwest. Then we started debating on which city was the best. Me, London. Yeah, we got our mainstream sound, but believe me when I say we're run by the underground. Instant connection, no HS2 system needed. This is the first Capital Connect I've believed in a long time. Could I take you to a spot where we can see the Docklands light? It's truly a beautiful sight. Plus I got somewhere near we can stay, because that ain't gonna make the last train. Jumped on the Waterloo Sea, made our way, stayed for the night and enjoyed the sights. I tell her I'll give her a ring when I get home, but all I hear is a deafening silence from my phone. A few days went by, I guess I let it go. Turns out Victoria was a troubled soul. A chill turned my spine cold as I heard on the radio she jumped in front of a central line train to make the pain go. Speechless. In shock, I sat. That's why I always shed a tear when I hear the tannoy say, mind the gap. Thank you.
Thanks, Dean McKee. Our last open mic poet tonight is Toby Wheeler. Big it up for Toby, as they say.
Two, possibly three poems. This first one's about the journey home, the commuter journey home, and you've had a few beers. It's called Train Journey Home with a Belly of Beer. It's cold on this train, but the window's too far to reach out and close. And I want to fire up my M&S bag, but I'd rather not, as my mango and crayfish salad stirs in my belly like a heavy health burden. And I'm worried that the pretty girl sitting across from me won't approve of the mess that I'll make, as I miss the bag and instead spew all over her lap and Zara attire. The train lolls and swishes side to side in clinker dunks, and I feel the bishop's finger and speckled hen dance and fight with each other in my stomach, and send my eyes into a heavy trance. While the two men behind me talk about their mate Kev, and how he's left his wife and that his daughter won't talk to him anymore. And then when they're depressed enough about that, they go on about Chelsea and why on earth they still struggle with $1 million in the bank. I open my eyes at London Bridge, and on comes the fellow revellers of the Thursday night pub, who are either asleep in their minds or awake in their drunken madness, chatting about how Claudia and HR slept with Bobby, and now there's an unnecessary awkwardness between them, despite them both being single, lonely, and enjoying each other's company. Dun dun! We're now arriving in Blackheath. Ugh. This has taken ages, still 2 stops to go, as the love of my life of the last 20 minutes on the opposite seat gets off, ringing her long-term boyfriend on the phone. The revellers from London Bridge are asleep. The elderly couple behind start murmuring about how much they love tonight's show. And then the mister starts singing softly to the Mrs. of Fred Astaire classic in a perfectly good baritone voice that takes me back to 1948, as I belch and taste the acid in my mouth. With an anxious pulse, I tap the window with my fingertip and wonder how much I might have said about my boss tonight. Did I go too far? Will I wake up in the morning and still have a job, despite me saying I didn't like her micromanagement style or the colour of her dress? Will Lauren's strategy have finally sussed that my indifference to her is me actually hiding my affection? Dun dun! We're now arriving in Elton. I get off the train, gasping to be on level ground, and stagger down the station steps to where my dad's red Alhambra quietly grumbles and tune with my stomach, ready to rev off into the night. As I struggle to open and understand how car doors work, I hear him listening to Classic FM, and he says, "Hi son, how was your day?" I slurred that it was good, but that it took me longer to get home than expected. "Silly git," comes the voice of my insightful mother in the backseat behind me. "You're drunk." I don't disagree. This second one is a love poem. It's called Reed Fly Rings Around the Moon. On quiet nights, I think of you and the thought of your embrace. If only your heart would know me, we'd fly rings around the moon. When the sun breaks and I wake to find I am in love, I get this hurt that lingers. If only your heart would open, we'd fly rings around the moon. To be your lover by night and friend by day and really get to know you. If only it would be, I know, that one day we'd fly rings around the moon. You know I would. I'd slash the sky to spend a day with you. And if you loved me true and dreams could be, we would fly rings around the moon. Thank you. This last one's about, it's a historical poem, it's about the death of the King Louis XIV's Queen in 1683. It's like to do with Versailles, which is on BBC at the moment, you might know it. We ban the talk of death at court, we may only see illusions cry. Our ears are shut to mourning, our tears are only those of joy. We may not speak in whimpered tongues or harsh and soft in cluttered tuts, to hide one's mouth behind their fan or dare to say of what has come. The king may bless the clouds away and heal with his touch, and on his whim the court is told the queen is dead. She sleeps to wake and rise, so once again she can be at the Sun King's side. Unmoved yet moved by his serene and cold face, the king's heart beats while broken-hearted. He weeps like a child disgraced. The Sun King strolls, and pronouncing he says, by his royal person he does profess, by the love of the queen he is possessed. Thank you.
Thanks, Toby. It's our second evening at the King and Queen, and our first King and Queen poem, so that's very appropriate. Thank you very much. So we move on now.